Most people don't struggle with money because they are bad in math, but it's because it is overwhelming. They don't know where to start. And in this day and time, there are a lot of advice around finances, and there are a lot of content online about personal finance and how you can achieve your goal. And with so many advice and strategies available, you might be confused on what areas you can start or what strategy you can implement so that you can achieve your financial goals. And this will make you not even try to improve your finances because you do not have a clear roadmap on how to handle your finances. Today, I'm going to walk you through a 90 plan that can help you reset your finances. It is clear, short, and direct. There is no fluff or things that are beyond your reach, but there are things that you can start practicing immediately after you finish this video. In this plan, we are going to cover how to prioritize your money when you get paid, how to start investing, and how to save money for your biggest expenses in life. I will break down this 90-day plan into 12 weeks, which is roughly 3 months. And I'm going to discuss every week what you need to do and what to achieve. In week 1, get clear on where you are at with your finances. And the best place to start is to check your bank account and your bank account statement or your mobile banking statements so that you can see where you spend your money most. And if you do not have a statement or a bank statement, you mainly deal with cash, then start by writing down every expense that you make and every income that you make. And then by the end of the month, look at it and analyze where is your money going the most and how much money are you making every month. Once you can only scale what you track. If you can't track your finances, then you can't scale your finances. Week 2 will be about cutting costs. After you have known where your money is going, what you're spending on, then start cutting your costs in areas that you can actually cut your costs. Things like rent, you may not cut your costs immediately, but things like eat outs, you are able to tell whether you're spending most of your money in restaurant, you are ordering in a lot, you're using online taxis a lot. Those are things, or you have subscriptions that you do not even need. And it could be as simple as cutting down your premium subscription like YouTube and Spotify and just be okay with viewing the ads. Another area that you can cut your cost is eat outs. Once you realize you are eating a lot often, then you can have a meal plan, make your meals at home. If you are a person who spends a lot of money in coffee every day, you must operate on coffee. Just get a machine and make coffee from your home. And this is even better because you already know what ingredients you're using, you know that your water is clean, you know how you make your food, it's clean, it's you just know what you are eating. And once you cut down these expenses, make sure you take that expense and divert it into savings. Don't just cut costs and then shift that cost to something else. You're like, yeah, I've cut cost in this area, so I can use this money to be buying clothes every month. No, once you cut up that cost, if it's $150, then direct that money into your savings account every month. The third week is automate your finances. Once you have discussed with yourself and understood how much money needs to go to your savings, how much money needs to go for your expenses, and all that calculation, you have it, then go ahead and automate your savings. The reason as to why this automation will help you is because the moment the money hits your bank account, that percentage that you have set goes direct to your savings account even before you start using it. The goal is to save fast before you start spending your money. If you start spending your money and say, I will save the money after I've spent, trust me, you will save nothing and you will even be operating on negative. But once you set that discipline and automate your finances, this specific amount of money goes to your savings, then you will be okay. You will know how to manage the remaining. If it's 10%, you will still survive with that 90%. Figure out what percentage you want to be saving and automate that and watch yourself grow. Give yourself even a whole year of that automation. And at the end of the year, look into your savings and you will bear me witness that you'll be proud of your savings account as compared to last year, where you used to say, let me spend the money first and then save. Attack high interest debts. What does this mean? Cut down on the loans that have high interest first, or rather pay back the money for loans that have interest first, and then work downwards to the low interest debt. The goal is to have you stay without debt. I know it's obvious that most people say you cannot survive without loans, but yes, if you take a loan with a proper strategy, it can become an asset. But if you're just taking those emergency loans like mobile loans that have high interest, you have an emergency, you are taking a loan, then that is a bad loan, because an emergency, what the moment you start earning, make sure that there is a significant amount of money that goes into your emergency fund. If you're not able to take care of emergency issues that need cash, you have to take a loan. That it means that you are doing your finances wrong. In the 5th week, calculate how much you can save every month towards having a $1,000 emergency fund. Averagely, majority of the people do not have an emergency fund, or if they have, it does not have enough money to cover for their emergencies. That is why when you get an emergency, the quickest way is to take a loan. And these short-term loans have high interest, and you are losing money towards paying back that money. In week 5, after you've cut down your cost, you have automated your savings, calculate how much money you can save every month towards $1,000 emergency fund. In week 6, start setting up your investments. Understand which investments that you want to start investing in. Once you have achieved the goal of $1,000 emergency fund, now start thinking about investment. Maybe it's shares, it's dividends, it's stock. Do your own research and understand which stocks that you can buy to increase your income. You can also invest on businesses. What product or services can I put out there in the market that people are willing to pay for, so that you can now increase your sources of income. Investment is not only shares, dividends, and stock, but it can also be investing in a new business. It could be rental income. You have identified an area where Airbnbs are working well. Set up an Airbnb and start advertising your business and start making extra money. That is also investment. In week 7, increase your income. If you are employed, start having conversations with your employer on how they can get you that 8% annual increase in your salary. Look in the market how much you are earning against what the market is offering, and start asking your employer if they can increase that income for you. If that's not possible, then start applying for jobs that are paying you better, because it's easier for you to get a salary increase in a new job than in your current job. Another way to increase your income is have a side hustle. If you have like 8 to 5 job, then start to figure out what side hustle can I do during this time so that I can earn an income. I have a video that discusses side hustles that you can do that are supported online, or they are supported by internet. The benefit of having a side hustle that is supported by the internet is you can do it from anywhere. You can get clients from any part of the world, and this can help you increase your income. In the 8th week, define your goals. Ask yourself, how much money do I want to save for my retirement? And then work backwards. If you say you want to have saved $100,000, then in how long? Maybe it's 10 years. In the next 10 years, I want to have saved $100,000. Then divide that by 10 years, and then divide that by the number of months, so that you can know how much money every month can you contribute to your retirement fund. In week 9, optimize your finance, track progress. You can have an app, you can have a spreadsheet, or you can just decide to have one specific checking account where you spend all your money from. And with that, it can give you an overall view on how your finances are. Then have your check-ins meeting with yourself. Have your dates, your money dates, to check your finances and ask yourself, am I closer to my goal? What did I do last month that I can continue doing this month? What did I do last month that I need to improve so that I can achieve my goal? These regular check-ins with your finances are very important. They will help you, give you a sense of direction and a plan on how you achieve your goals. And also it will help you understand where you are at financially. Otherwise, you will just be moving with no direction and you will not be able to achieve your goals. Week 10, continue automating your finances. The reason as to why automating your finances is important is because you get to save your money towards that specific item that you want to purchase, especially for the big purchases like cars and property or land. You will need a proper plan so that you don't fall for high interest loans. And once you have automated your savings, now you need to automate amount of money that goes to the big purchases. You can give yourself 5 years to save for land or property, and also that will jumpstart you when you are making that purchase. Because, for instance, the property and cars or the prices are going high, so there are high chances by the time 5 years comes, the amount of money you will have will not be able to cater for that property in its entirety. But it will give you an option of making it as a down payment and get a loan. I'm sure the difference will be very small. If you look at that small percentage of money that you have taken a loan, it's way less than the mortgage that you could have taken now. So start planning, have that delayed gratification, and you will see yourself financially doing better and having the freedom of your money. In week 11, continue increasing your financial literacy. If you're watching this video, then you're already on one step ahead of other people who are not watching content on finances. Another way of increasing your financial literacy is buying books that talk about finances, listening to podcasts about people who have achieved a lot in the world of finances. Take advice and learn and learn and learn. Never stop learning about finances, because repetition is the mother of learning. You will hear something today from this channel, it will not stick. Then you hear the same thing being mentioned in another channel, in another video, then you'll be like, yeah, actually that sounds familiar. And then you hear it again in another podcast. Then your mind will be like, let me take a look in that. Let me start applying that life lesson that I'm learning about finances. The goal is to never stop learning. Week 12, and this is the final step, is plan for your long-term goals. And long-term goals could include the retirement fund. It could include that car purchase, land purchase, property purchase. Long-term financial goals means it's something that can take you 3 to 5 years or even 5 years to 10 years to achieve. Plan for it. Break it down into achievable goals every month or every year and work towards it. Do not just sit and say, by the end of the year, I want to have bought a car, and then do nothing about it. By the end of the year, you will not be able to buy it. Or I want to own my first home at the age of 30. If you are at 25, you want to own a home at the age 30, then break that idea down. Break down that goal and know how much money you need to save towards that goal. If you just say, I want to achieve this, I want to make more money, those things are just vague until you actually break down those long-term financial goals into achievable monthly goals. I know that you have learned something. Start practicing now. It's better to start today than tomorrow. So do not procrastinate. Start working on your finances now. The only person who is in charge of your finances is you. Listen to this video over and over again. Write down those goals, the plan I've broken down into 12 weeks, and see where you can start right now towards achieving that goal.